Tim Sheridan and Rafa Sandoval wrap up their Titan story in a hopeful manner as the Titans rally one final time behind Dick Grayson and Red X to combat the Riders of the Apocalypse and save mankind from extinction. Tim Sheridan delivers a great ending to his Titan's tale that ties directly back into the Future State titles like Shazam, Flash, and even the Black Adam story from Suicide Squad. I really enjoyed how much the Dial H stuff factored into the story and how Miguel, among other Titans' deaths, spurred the team on, particularly Red X, to make up for bringing this on the world. I really enjoyed the identity of Red X wasn't actually revealed at all, and no hints were actually given, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's actually Roy Harper, giving he isn't in the final battle where the Titan spirits all come to help and everyone was there except for Roy. I love how at the end we also get teased with the idea that this whole story is continuing post Future State, which is fantastic since the new characters we got to see in this issue weren't really the focus of the story. It was more so Dick Grayson, Starfire, all the older members, so them getting the spotlight in the ongoing in Infinite Frontier is great. Rafa Sandoval's artwork again was so awesome, delivering some really pleasing looking action. Again, I really enjoyed Rafa's character designs, and finally we got to see all 4 Riders of the Apocalypse, and they looked intimidating and monstrous as they should be. Nightwing, or should I say Deathwing's throwback costume was great last issue, but here with just the addition of Deathstroke's mask it looks even better. It's cool just how one little design choice and one little addition to a costume can change the entire costume's look and feel. Future State Teen Titans Issue 2 was an action-packed finale to the Titans portion of the rather expansive magic story that is building through many of the Future State books, connecting us up to books like Shazam, Justice League Dark, and Black Adam. I really enjoyed the Titans' one final fight and Red X's involvement in the story, which looks to be continuing post-Future State in Infinite Frontier, so I'm looking forward to exploring more of that in Titans Academy. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Future State Teen Titans Issue 2 finds the Titans learning from Deathwing that Red X is going to be helping them fight the Riders of the Apocalypse. Starfire wants Dick to give her the H-Dial since he's compromised, but he knows that she needs to trust him, but Starfire asks if he realizes what he's wearing. 6 months prior, Shazam and the rest of the Titans mourn over their fallen friends, adding Miguel Montez and Donna Troy to their gravestones. Raven says that Miguel was devout to their cause, and used to say that when a hero died, they are never really gone and their power and spirit lives on. Corey knows that he was right as they are all in their hearts now. Dick interrupts the mourning, saying that they were members of their army and Donna knew what she signed up for, but Miguel and the others were just kids. Corey says that they are Titans, but Dick knows that they would have been had they lived and had they helped them and saved them, but in the end they just weaponized them. Corey isn't up for another lecture from Dick, but he reveals that he came back because he found Red X, or Red X found him, and he asked him to lock him up in their safe house. Raven thinks that he should be out helping them, but Corey knows that the Riders are too powerful and they can't beat them with their numbers. Shazam refuses to give up though, since they aren't dead yet. In the present, Dick says that he's just wearing Deathstroke's mask for protection and he hasn't worked with Slade for months and they need to hear what Red X has to say, but Corey gives up, telling him to keep his mask and the H-Dial and Red X since she's tired of fighting him. She gets back to sending out her teams, telling them to stay under Jakeem and Johnny Thunder's leadership, and if they aren't heard from in 24 hours, then they are dead and the remaining 6 heroes that are left at the safe house need to be ready. In the past, the Titans take the H-Dial from Miguel, wanting to try and use it to contact the dead Roy Harper. Miguel demands that they give it back since the dial doesn't work like that, despite the modifications Brat Girl did to the device. The H-Dial activates as Miguel panics, demanding they give it back. In the present, Raven hopes that Red X is happy to get what he wanted as she opens a portal, delivering the team to Detroit where they back up Shazam against war, pestilence, death, and famine. In the past, Dick confronts the freshly possessed Wally, who attacks him, taking a small part of his life force before Raven smashes him away. In the present, Raven goes to attack Famine again as the spirit of Wally contacts her, saying that he needs her help. Raven, however, knows that Wally is dead said and Famine killed him and that she is going to make him pay. Shazam smashes the villain away, saying they need to be fast with Famine, otherwise he'll starve them. Himiko asks where the Spear of Destiny is, but Shazam says it's destroyed, wondering if she knows what the plan is. Himiko asks why no one tells her the plan, as Shazam says the spear was a lure and the only hope they have to imprison the riders is the Rock of Eternity. Cybeast wonders if the rock will hold them, but Cyborg tells Garfield Shazam will stand guard over it. Himiko notes that they said Shazam, not Billy Batson, wondering if he's going to stay as Shazam forever, and Shazam says that when he's Billy, his power is in the rock and he can't let the villains gain access to that, so there's no changing back, not for a while at least. Raven tells the team to keep the villains busy as the Titans rush into battle against the Riders of the Apocalypse. Himiko fires her arrows at Famine, saying that was for Wallace, as the villain speeds at her, grabbing the hero and killing her in an instant. Corey knows that they need to fall back, but Dick knows that they need to give Raven more time to enact her plan, as War uses his power to take control of Deathwing and Red X. Raven unleashes her power as War takes control of Starfire as well, sending her at Raven. Red X and Deathwing meanwhile are shaken from their control as War's attention is diverted away from them. Dick brings out the H-Dial, intending on using it, but Red X says there is only one scenario where using this works, and it won't work until the riders are merged together. Dick warns the team to keep them contained as he calls for Bunker to give him some equipment to swing across the battlefield on. Crush and Cybeast fall under War's control meanwhile as Dick confronts Pestilence, telling Shazam they need to give Raven some space. Raven knows it's almost time, telling Red X to get Starfire out of there, forcing them through a portal back towards Dick. Bunker wants them to put a wall between Raven and the Raiders, but Red X tells him not to, since Raven needs to tether them together or this was all for nothing. Dick rushes to Red X, who removes his mask as Dick gives him the H-Dial, causing the hero to race off and confront the Riders, getting their attention as Dick explains Red X and the host who brought the Riders into existence had a bond, which is why they are paying attention to him. In the past, the Titans realize Red X betrayed them for the Riders, but Raven says that he only did what he did out of concern for the team. Starfire asks what Red X is doing, learning that he's making amends for his past action as he activates the hero dial, dialing up the Titans and calling in all of the dead Titans to aid in the battle. Red X is slashed across the chest as Raven finishes her spell, consuming the Riders within her cloak and ending their death and destruction. Heroes solemnly rejoice in their victory as Shazam grabs the falling Raven, whose power explodes, infecting the heroes with War's influence. Raven says that the Riders are now part of her and she is part of the unkindness, so they need to hurry. As Bunker holds off the heroes, Shazam heads through a portal he opens, taking Raven to the Rock of Eternity, saying that nothing escapes the rock, not as long as he stands guard.